When you consider Hashem as a father, as a mother, He will be next to you.
I would like to wish you, all of you, a good week. We are a few weeks before Pesach. I would like just to mention to you unfortunately the tragedy that happened here in France, in Toulouse, as you know, as all of you heard. It was terrible disaster that a man came and shot down a father, his two children, and another girl. Things that hardly we can imagine. But unfortunately, we live today in a clima, in a world of bad clima. I mean, there is war everywhere. There is blood everywhere. There is in Africa, in the Middle East, now in Europe, in Asia, and why the world is behaving like that? This is the question, why? Why? I would like to tell you about the parashiyot of this week. There is a parasha, a beautiful parasha, named Vayikra. There's a lot of things to learn from this parasha, the parasha of the sacrifice. As you know, when you mention the word sacrifice, what that mean? Sacrifice, that mean that before, when the Torah talk about sacrifice, that mean that the people who did a sin, they will bring a sacrifice to the Beit HaMikdash. To bring a sacrifice to the Beit HaMikdash. And every day, they were in the Beit HaMikdash, in the temple, the Kohanim, they used to do all kind of sacrifice. Korban Tamid, sacrifice in the morning, in the evening, the sacrifice of Pesach, the sacrifice of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, all kind of different sacrifice. Or just a sacrifice to thank Hashem for a good thing that He did to me, or a sacrifice for a sin that a man do. Adam ki yakriv mikem. A man who do a sin and bring a sacrifice, or just a man who want to bring a sacrifice for pleasure. He want to say to Hashem, thank you Hashem for all what the good things you did to me. I bring you this offer. I offer you this sacrifice. After all, I spend money. I mean, don't forget, when you bring a sacrifice to the Beit HaMikdash, when you offer something to the temple, you buy it. It's money. So it's like you sacrifice your money. You show to Hashem how much Hashem, I thank you for all what you do to me, for what you give me, so I give you something for what you give me. This parasha of Vaikra, and the next parasha, it's parasha Tzav. Tzav, it's an order. Hashem said to Moshe, give an order to Aaron, your brother, when in the morning he make the sacrifice of Tamid. There is a kind of sacrifice that his name is Ola. And Ola, please give me a little bit of your time to explain you. There is, as I told you before, there is a lot of kind of sacrifice. But one of the sacrifice, his name is Ola. Ola, that means it's all for Hashem. There is sacrifice that you take some of the sacrifice for you, or sometimes the Kohen takes something. And there is another kind of sacrifice that his name is Ola, Ola Hashem. That all of it is for Hashem. All of it. And you know, the Kohen, usually the Kohen, always he gets something for all kind of sacrifice that Jews bring. The Kohen, he gets something. He had few kilos of meat. But in the Korban Ola, the Kohen has not even 1 gram of meat. It's all for Hashem. It has to be burned on the altar of sacrifice, all for Hashem. So Hashem, he said to Moshe, Moshe, tell Aaron, not because he has nothing to take in this korban, so he will do it, he will not do it with emotion, with happiness, with zrizut. Tzav. Tell him, even that he has nothing there, he should do it nicely. You should do it quick. I mean, you should wake up and do it with happiness, with motivation. Because usually, because he has something, the other can sacrifice, because he has something there, he will get some kilos of meat, he will do them with motivation, with happiness, with joy, because he's going to get something. But in the Korban Ola, that he has nothing, he will not do it properly. So Hashem said to Moshe, Moshe, Tzav, give an order, tell him to be careful. I mean, he should not take this, he should take, when he do the Korban Ola, the Korban that belongs to Hashem, he should do it nicely, properly, with no atzlut, with not to be lazy when he do it. So the question is, how can Hashem can think that the Kohanim, that they get so much portions of all kinds of sacrifice that the Jews bring, that the Korban that belong to Hashem, the Korban Ola, they will do it, they will not do it nicely because they don't get nothing there. It's impossible. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, excuse me to tell you this. If I was a Kohen, and I work in the Beit HaMikdash, and I work, what's going to be my job in the Beit HaMikdash? To do sacrifice of the Jews. And I know that every day there is thousands of Jews who bring sacrifice, sheep, all kinds of animals. And there is no one day that the Kohanim, they will not have few hundreds of kilos of meat that after I don't know what they do with it. Can you imagine how rich they were, the Kohanim? And because they will do one korban that belongs to Hashem, and all of it is going to be for Hashem, that they will do this korban lazy, with no emotion, with no ambition, with no motivation, because they don't get nothing from there. It's impossible. I mean, if I was there, I think the korban that belongs to Hashem will do it nicely, more than the korbanot that I do for others, because the korban that I do for others, Hashem give me from there a lot of meat, and this korban belongs to Hashem. It's normal. It's korban olah. It's all for Hashem. Of course, I will do it nicely. So why Hashem had to give an order to Moshe? Moshe, because this korban olah, there is there Hesron kiss, because there the Kohen will not get no meat, not even 1 gram of meat. Maybe they will do it with lazy. So give them an order when it comes to korban olah, they should do it nicely. They should do it properly. I don't understand. My friend, this is the question that I would like to ask you, the Parsha of the week. But I would like to ask you another question. What is the connection between the two parashiot? The Parsha of this week, Parashat Tzav, and the Parasha of last week, Parashat Vaikra. That Hashem, he called Moshe when Hashem he called Moshe from the tabernacle, from the Oel Moed. And if you see there is there a aleph, a small aleph. So everybody asks the question, why in the Vaikra the aleph there is small? Of course there must be a reason. Why the size of the aleph is not as big as all the letters of the Torah. But this aleph is small. Why? Vaikra, at the end of the word there is a small aleph. Why? So, my friend, I was thinking this. The connection between the two parashiot, Vaikra and Tzav, is every Jew should feel that Hashem is with him, that Hashem called him every time. How Hashem can call you? How can you feel Hashem? Only through Torah. You know, when you want to do a sin, you don't do it because the Torah said not to do it. It's like Hashem is talking to you. Hey, David, don't do that because I said that in the Torah not to do it. Please listen to what I'm telling you. Any mitzvah that the Torah said not to do, or a mitzvah that the Torah said to do, when you do or you don't do, it's like an order who came from Hashem. Hey, David, do this. Do a bracha. Wash your hand before you eat. Pray. When you want to steal money from somebody, hey, how can I steal? The Torah said not to steal. It's like the Hashem is talking to you. That means that Hashem, he talked to the man, he talked to us through the Torah. Through the Torah, Hashem, he talked to each one of you. Unfortunately, we don't see Hashem. We only see in front of our eyes the order that the Torah said, do this or not to do that. But this order came from Hashem, and it's written in the Torah. By doing what the Torah said to do, so it's like Hashem is talking to you to do it. This mitzvah came to your hand, so do it. When there is a mitzvah, like something that you should not do, and it comes to your hand, it's like Hashem is telling you, hey, David, not to do it. So it's like Vaikra, it's like Hashem is talking to you. But you have to be humble. Because sometimes the Tzara, he might tell you, who's talking to you? Nobody's talking to you. Who's talking? No, who's watching you? No one is watching you. Do whatever you want to do. Who cares? Do. Enjoy yourself. What's the problem? A man should always feel Hashem everywhere. By feeling Hashem everywhere, you put yourself small in front of Hashem. And this is because, I'm sorry to tell you, a lot of times I am alone in the house. It could happen. And I want to do a avera, a sin. No one is looking at me. So what's the problem? No one is looking at me. I can do it. Yes, you can do it, but don't forget, Hashem is telling you through the Torah not to do it. But where is Hashem? Where is Hashem? So you think that Hashem is not here. So that means you think you are here and Hashem is not here. So that only at your convenience Hashem is there, and at your convenience Hashem is not there. My friend, this is Vaikra. A man who really wants to care about Hashem and to listen to his order, and he will not see in the orders of Hashem nothing hard, and he will not see the time, if he waste time to do this mitzvah, and he will not see the money that he's spending to do this mitzvah. The only way that a man can get and do this order as he wants to do it, only if he put himself small. If he feels that he is small, he is nothing, so he can accept the orders from Hashem, no matter the cost of the mitzvah, no matter the time that it will take this mitzvah to do, the man will do it. And this is the connection of the two parashas, Vaikra, Tzav. If you feel yourself small, and you feel Hashem everywhere, no matter where you are, alone or with people, that you feel Hashem is talking to you, Vaikra, Hashem is calling you to do. The word Vaikra is calling, that Hashem is calling you, hey, this mitzvah, do it. Hey, don't do that. Hey, do this. And you do it with anava, with no ga'ava, with no orgueil. We do it modesty. So you will take the order of Hashem, Tzav. That means this is the only way that you will, if you feel yourself small, so you will do the Tzav of Hashem. You will care about the mitzvah that Hashem give you to do, no matter the time it will take, no matter how much it will cost. My friend, a man who put himself small in front of Hashem, only that kind of man, he can get marut, he can get orders from Hashem. He will not see the cost of the mitzvah. This is an advice. When Hashem he said to Moshe, tell Aaron that the korban olah that I give him to do, he should do it quick, with happiness, with motivation, with all kind of joy, and not to see the cost, not to see the waste of time that he has to waste, not to see that he has nothing to get from that sacrifice. He will do that because a lot of people, they will do it, but they will not do it with all their heart. So Hashem give an advice. The only way that Aaron, he will do this mitzvah, of course he will do this mitzvah of Olah. So why HaKadosh has to warn him? Yes, because if the man, he will not feel himself small, he will do it, but he will not do it with happiness. And Hashem, he wants that all the mitzvahs that we do, we should do them with happiness. If do it Hashem b'simcha, we should serve Hashem with joy. Of course, we wake up in the morning, we do tefillah. Of course, Pesach is coming, we spend money. Of course, we do kosher home. Every Jew does mitzvot. Yes, but do we do them with happiness? Do we do them with joy? Do we do them with all kind of motivation? This is the problem. Yes, we do them, but how you do them? And this is the connection, Vaikra Tzav. If a man feel himself small in front of Hashem, and he feel Hashem everywhere, and that he feel that Hashem is talking to him, I mean, even that I don't see Hashem talking to me, but I feel Hashem is talking to me. Hey, David, Adam came. Hey, this mitzvah that it came to your hand, do it with sacrifice. Do it nicely. Do it because I am here in front of you. And you see nothing. But but you feel that Hashem is talking to you through the Torah. I mean, Hashem talked to me through the Torah. Hashem said, don't steal, David, don't steal. He's telling me this through the Torah. And nobody is looking at me. I can do whatever I want to do. But I feel Hashem. A man who acts this way, so this man, he will have the happiness to serve Hashem with joy, and he will not see the waste of time that he is wasting to do this mitzvah. He will not see the waste of money that he's spending for this mitzvah. That's what Hashem wants from us. You know, a lot of times we see people, they are willing to spend time and money for their own things, but for Hashem, they are not willing to do. They will search all kind of excuses not to do it, or if they do it just because they have no choice. To get the money, you have to, this is, you do it with motivation, with happiness. Yes, like this morning. This morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock. And I said to myself, now that I am up, so I woke up. Other people, they woke up, what they do? I don't know what they do. But when I woke up, I said, well, I will study Torah. And that's what I started to do. Because on the other hand, the Tzara told me, David, it's 5 o'clock, still in bed, go sleep. But I said to myself, all right, David, you slept 4 hours, it's enough for you. You're a 62-year-old, get up and learn Torah. I mean, can you imagine who gave me this idea to get up to study Torah? It's Hashem. When you feel Hashem, so Hashem will push you. When you feel all the time Hashem, so always Hashem will push you to do mitzvot. But when you are far away from Hashem, is the Tzara who is next to you. So if the Tzara is to you, it will push you to do only Averot. You will not feel Hashem. And when a mitzvah comes to your hand, you will do it. But you will not do it with the happiness that it's merit. A man who feels himself small in front of Hashem, because he sees Hashem everywhere. Look. I would like to, where I am sitting. As you look at me, I am sitting here. So I am only here. I'm not in New York. I'm in France. But Hashem is everywhere. The same way I feel Hashem here, you there in New York, you feel Hashem in New York. Hashem is everywhere. So Hashem is big. So when you feel yourself small, you are limited where you are, and you see and you feel Hashem is everywhere because He is everywhere. So you can get the orders from Hashem. You will always be careful that when it comes to Hashem, everything it's only for Hashem. You will not think that the pity why everything it's why this is not for me, it's all for Hashem. That's why Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, tell Aaron, when it comes to do Korban Olah, when it comes to do the sacrifice of Olah, he should do it quick because the fact that he has nothing, no part in this sacrifice, maybe he will not do it well. So you have to tell him to do it nicely. And you have to do it with motivation, not to see the waste of time, not to see that he's not going to get nothing from this sacrifice. So it's like Hashem, He warned through Aaron, He warned all Jews that usually, unfortunately, a man who don't feel Hashem, a man who make Hashem limited, and he put himself everywhere. So when it comes to do a mitzvah, he will not do it properly. Especially when a mitzvah is for Hashem, all of it, he will not do it properly. But a man who really care about Hashem, who feel Hashem everywhere, and he feel, by feeling Hashem everywhere, so he feel that he is small, this kind of man, of course, when it comes to do a Korban Olah, a sacrifice that belongs to only all of it to Hashem, he will do it nicely. The order of Korban Olah, it's not for those who feel Hashem 24 hours a day. who feel Hashem will talk to them. Because those people are small. They feel small. So those people, this order of Korban Olah, it's not for them. But this Korban Olah, it could be for others. Others who don't feel Hashem, unfortunately. They feel Hashem when they want, when they have a problem. So Hashem, He warned them, look out. When it comes a mitzvah, that you don't get nothing from that mitzvah, do it nicely. I would like just to tell you something. When a man wake up in the morning, he go to synagogue to pray. He pray. Did he get something? Nothing. He put tefillin, he pray, he finished. I mean, he will not finish the tefillah with a check of $2 million. No. So a man, he may feel, I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to shut my shop to go to pray, and what am I going to get? I will pray to Hashem, what am I going to get? Nothing. So I will do it when I want. So Hashem said, hey, be careful. Not because you don't get nothing from that tefillah. So you will do it just as you want. A man who wants to eat, he may say, I want to eat. Now I will say thank you to Hashem because I have food in front of me. I want to thank Him. This I will do. I will do a tefillah. But for a tefillah to put tefillin, well, I'm not going to get nothing. So you see, that's why Hashem He said, be careful. The mitzvot that you feel that they are all for Hashem, and you don't get nothing from those mitzvot, do them nice and do them properly, because you never know. Maybe those mitzvot that they will protect you, and this is the connection between Parshat Vaikra and Parshat Tzav. The only way that a man will feel Hashem, and he feel Hashem is talking to him every time, when a mitzvah come to his hand, Hashem will tell him, do it. Only a man who feel Hashem is everywhere. By feeling Hashem is everywhere, he feel himself a small. So that kind of man, when it comes a mitzvah to do, a mitzvah that he will not get nothing from that mitzvah, he will do it properly. He will do it with sacrifice, with motivation, because it's for Hashem. But a man who don't feel Hashem, and he does mitzvot as he wants, and he don't feel, and he feel himself everywhere. He don't feel, he feel himself everywhere. So when it comes a mitzvah that he will not get nothing from that mitzvah, he will not do it. But if he do it, he will not do it properly. You know how many times I beg people to come to study Torah? How many times I beg people? I beg them to put tefillin, and they tell me what am I going to get by putting tefillin. I mean, I don't understand what am I going to get, but Hashem said to do it. They respect Shabbat in one hand, but they don't put tefillin in the other hand. I mean, it's in the Torah. Unfortunately, so I told them, maybe if you don't put tefillin during the week, what proved me that you respect Shabbat? Maybe you respect Shabbat only because you want to rest, only because it's a weekend, not because of Hashem. And if you don't put tefillin, what guarantee you that you respect Shabbat properly? Because the one who told you to respect Shabbat, he is the one who told you to put tefillin. Now, my friend, we understand. Now we understand the connection between Parashat Vaikra and Parashat Tzav, and now we understand why Hashem he give an order to Moshe to tell Aaron that when it comes to Korban Olah, he get nothing from that Korban, he should do it nicely and properly as it was his own Korban, but nothing for him, only for Hashem. And that kind of korban of olah, we can see it every day today. Even that there is no Beit HaMikdash, there is a lot of mitzvot that they come to our hand that we have no benefits for those mitzvot, and it's an order from Hashem to do them nicely, even that we don't get nothing from those mitzvot, because they came from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the only way to do them nicely, even so, though that we don't get nothing from that mitzvah, when we feel ourselves small and we feel Hashem is everywhere. And through the mitzvah that come to our hand to do, we feel Hashem is talking to us. A man who put himself small, he see the grandness of Hashem, who give him order. A man who make from Hashem a small, that means that he feel that he is big. And he feel that he is big when a mitzvah come to his hand, that he will see that he will get no interest, no benefit from it, he will not do it. The Rebbe of Alexander, he said something similar. The more you say Hashem big, you will say yourself small. The more you say yourself big, you will say Hashem small. And the more you say Hashem is big, you will see yourself small. And if you say yourself big, so you will say Hashem small. And this is something that, as the Vishnitz Rebbe Alav Hashem, the Ohev Israel, said, that each one of us, he has his own Yitzhara. Don't think there is a Yitzhara, only one Yitzhara who is everywhere. Each one of us, each Jew, he has his own kind of Yitzhara. Because I'm not like you are not like me. There is things that I do, that I have a big Yitzhara to do, and there is things that you have Yitzhara to do other things. We don't have the same Yitzhara. Each one of us has his own Yitzhara who act. There is tzaddikim who don't have Yitzhara at all, because they work hard not to have this Yitzhara. Look, Moshe Rabbeinu Alav Hashem, he was the leader of the Jews. And Moshe Rabbeinu, when he wrote the Aleph, small Aleph, because Moshe Rabbeinu, he felt that he is nothing, that Hashem talked to him. He called him. And he gave him orders. He didn't feel that he was entitled, that he will be so close to Hashem. And because Moshe Rabbeinu did not feel that he was entitled to be close to Hashem, Hashem told him, "Ve'ata Tzav, only a man like you, I have trust on you." Hashem trusts only those people who feel they are small. So Hashem told Moshe, "Ve'ata Tzav, only a man like you, I have confidence." A man who put himself small in front of Hashem, a man who see only Hashem in front of his eyes, Kadosh Baruch Hu is happy. Kadosh Baruch Hu, he love him. Kadosh Baruch Hu is proud of him. Ve'ata Tzav. Can you imagine? All those Baal Shem Tov, all those tzaddikim that we had. Don't forget that the tzaddikim, they are stronger than Hashem. Sometimes at Hashem, he say, "This man is gonna die," and the tzaddik came, he pray for him, he don't die. That means the tzaddik, he give orders to Hashem. Hey Hashem, I don't agree with you. How can the tzaddik recommend Hashem? How can the tzaddik be? He will give orders to Hashem. Hey Hashem, I don't want you to kill this man. A man is poor. The tzaddik is going to pray for him to be rich, and Hashem has to listen to the tzaddik. Why? Because the tzaddik, he put himself small. He feel Hashem everywhere. He give priority to Hashem on everything. He does mitzvot that he get nothing from those mitzvot. He serve Hashem without having any reward from Hashem. Nothing, only because of the love of Hashem that he has for Hashem. He sacrificed for himself, for Hashem. Adam Kekin became. He does everything as sacrifice for Hashem. Hashem, he said to him, you act like this with me, so whatever you say, I will listen to you. Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he felt that he's nothing. And because he felt he's nothing, so Hashem told him, only a man like you I choose, ve'atati tzaveh. So now you understand why all those tzaddikim, ve'atati tzaveh, and you, Moshe, whatever you say, I will listen. You give an order, I will accept. No, not only the orders that you give to the Jews, but even an order that you give to me, I will accept it. Ve'atati tzaveh. If you tell me that I will do whatever you want, I will do it. It's incredible. When a man can reach this level, only when a man feel himself small. A man who feels himself small, so Hashem choose him to be a leader, to give orders to the Jews, and always, and as well to give him orders to Hashem. Like my grandfather Rabbi Chaim Pido. Millions of stories we have. Yesterday, there was a woman. She told us a beautiful story yesterday. A beautiful story. She told us yesterday that her husband, they had a gangrene. And the doctor, they wanted to cut his legs. And she was crying. And I was not in the city. And she wanted to have an appointment with me, but I was not here. But she had a dream with me. And she had a dream that she came to my office and she asked that she want a bracha from me. And then she said that I appear. I told her, Madam, I know that you pray to Hashem that your husband, they will not cut his foot with the zechut of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Your husband, they will not cut his foot. And she woke up. And when she woke up, she was happy. This is a story she told me yesterday. She told that story in front of a few hundred women. Because I told her to tell this story in front of a few hundred more women. And then she told me that her husband, he was crying all this time. He didn't want to die with his legs cut. And he was crying. And she told him, I had a dream last night with Rabbi David Pinto that he prayed for me with the merit of Rabbi Chaim Pinto, his grandfather, that Be'ezat Hashem, they will not cut your legs, and with the zechut of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So he told her, I hope this dream will come true. And she told him, I want to see him last week, but he was not there. But I had a dream. So he told her, because you thought about him, so you had a dream. So he said, but I got a bracha for you and a dream. So they went to the hospital on Tuesday for the big operation, and the doctor, he started to see the foot. He saw the foot. He said, Madam, what happened? I see blood everywhere. Because when you have gangrene, there is no blood. It's black. He started to check. He did, Arama, all scan, all kind of. He went mad. He said, I never saw this in my life. And I forgot to tell you that a few weeks ago they cut a piece of the foot of the finger. The doctor don't understand. In one hand you have other results that he has gangrene, that they have to cut it. They prepare him to cut the foot. On the other hand, there is nothing. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. No one understands. The same story happened to my father as well. So that man, he died a few later, but at least he died with his foot. Even my father, he has the same. When he had sugar, my father, before they cut his foot, my father, Alav Shalom, he said to my mother, to my brothers, you will see, I will not die without my legs. They will not cut my legs. And when they took him to the block of operation to cut his foot, there as well, they did not understand that my father has the blood on his foot was circulated. He died 2 years later, but with his foot. Can you see here the tzaddikim, when the tzaddikim listen to the voice of Hashem, so Hashem will listen to them. He does with them whatever they ask. Even the doctors, they don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand. Can you tell this doctor that I had a dream with Rabbi David Pinto that he told me with the zechut of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, your foot will not be the foot of your husband, the leg of your husband, they will not be cut, and they will be okay, and they will be no gangrene. They will not understand. They cannot understand this kind of dream. But on the other hand, they don't understand what happened. They don't understand. It's something that they will not understand. This is, my friend, the Parsha of this week. This is the Parsha of this week. The Parsha of this week, it's beautiful. The Parsha of this week, a man who wants to be close to Hashem, he should always feel Hashem is everywhere. When you feel Hashem is everywhere, automatically you see yourself, you are small, you are nothing, because you are limited. Hashem is everywhere, and where you are not everywhere. You are, if you live in New York, so you are in New York. If you live in France, you are in France. If you are in your office, so you are in your office. Hashem is everywhere. When you feel Hashem is everywhere, so you feel Hashem talking to you. Wherever you are, He talk to you. Do this, don't do that. This is, you're not allowed to do it. This you're allowed to do it. This, do this. And when you feel Hashem everywhere, and you listen to Hashem, and you put yourself small, so automatically, when a mitzvah came to your hand, a mitzvah that you get no benefit from that mitzvah, you will do it nicely and properly and with motivation, with motivation, with emotion, with happiness. But if you don't feel Hashem everywhere, and you feel yourself everywhere, so unfortunately, you will see Hashem small when it comes. So your conscience will only do mitzvot that you get a benefit from them. Mitzvot that you have nothing from them, you will not do them. Like a lot of people, they will not wake up to pray, they will not put tefillin, they will not respect Shabbat, they will not do a lot of, because they say, I get nothing from that mitzvah. So why? Because they don't feel Hashem. My friend, this is the parasha of this week. I would like, my friend, to wish you, to all of you, baracha v'atzlacha, and a good week, and God bless you. Next week, I will tell you a beautiful story, the story that happened with those people who got killed in Toulouse. Next week, I will tell you this story. For the moment, I wish you baracha v'atzlacha. God bless you. Take care. Thank you.